In the state of New Mexico, USA, in February 2009, a woman was walking her dog when she noticed something on the ground. It was a small, exposed piece of bone, but no one could guess where that bone came from. When the police began digging, they found not one, but the remains of 11 women buried beneath the ground. All of them were missing. All of them had been buried in the same area. This was one of the largest mass murders of women in the southwestern United States, and the West Mesa Killer has never been caught to this day. After finding the first bone remains, the police began excavating a large area. The area was called West Mesa, a vast, windy expanse of land that seemed to stretch on forever. With each new excavation, another female body was uncovered. Most of the bodies were naked. Some had pieces of clothing, others had jewelry remnants. The police matched the victims one by one through DNA analysis. Eventually, 11 women were identified, and they all shared the same fate: to disappear, to be forgotten, then to be unearthed from beneath the earth. They were all different, but they were all victims of the same system. They were between the ages of 15 and 32. Some were struggling to survive on the streets, while others had told their families, "I'll be back in a few hours." They never returned. They all had one thing in common. They were last seen around Albuquerque's Central Avenue, the city's Lost Souls district. That area grows quiet at night, but the shadows never stop. The police questioned hundreds of people over the years, but two names stood out. One, Lorenzo Montoya. He was a photographer. In 2006, he was shot and killed by his girlfriend while attempting to murder a woman in his home. Montoya lived near West Mesa. He allegedly lured his victims to his home with the promise of a photo shoot. However, his death closed the case because there was no evidence directly linking him to the graves. 2. Joseph Blee, a dangerous man mentioned in the Toy Box Killer case. Necklaces belonging to sex workers were found near his home, but he was never charged either. The DNA didn't match. The evidence was insufficient. The real killer was still lurking in the shadows.
It's been 15 years since bodies of 11 women and one unborn baby were discovered on Albuquerque's West Mesa. The search for whoever's responsible continues to this day. Since the initial discovery in 2009, APD says they've received 1,400 tips related to this case. Investigators have also performed 7 additional searches. Police say they're still investigating, and they're once again asking anyone with information on this case to contact Crime Stoppers.
The soil in West Mesa changed over the years. New housing projects were built, roads were paved. Many potential pieces of evidence have been lost beneath the concrete. Wind, sand, and time all together have erased the traces of the crime. But sometimes when it rains, the soil in the area still brings bone fragments to the surface. The desert seems to want to speak, but no one is listening. Why were these women targeted? How did the killer find them? And why did he stop killing? After 2005, the disappearances suddenly stopped. Is the killer dead? Did he move away? Or is he still living among us? The police still consider this case an active cold case, but with each passing year, hope diminishes a little more. West Mesa has now been turned into a memorial site, a stone and a name for each victim. But in truth, these stones whisper something. Justice has not yet been found. These lands are silent, but the dead still speak. And one day, perhaps one day, the identity of the West Mesa Killer will be revealed. But until that day, Albuquerque's desert winds will continue to keep this secret. In America's most desolate deserts, a secret lies beneath every grain of sand. But some secrets remain buried forever.